Uncle Job Snub, Hutuapu and Black Power. What's going on, family? Tune in to another episode of that good old RNMRBG TV. Keep it G. Raw and cut, common sense. Common sense science for the people. You already know, common people dealing with common issues, seeking common solutions. And this thing called life. One of my best pieces of advice I can always give to anybody out there that listens to what I gotta say is black love is the cure for the black nation. So let's get it. You dig? Today, she's with me again. You see the queen is always ride with me. Lady T, Miss Tara.
Hey guys.
And today, we are going to talk about what I want to call the title, I've given the title, the restoration of the black family. We're going to get away from the usual deal, and we're going to talk about some common sense shit that we all got to deal with because we all have experienced on one playing field or another. You dig? Within the hood. So again, we're going to talk about the black family because nonetheless, you can't talk nationhood, nationalism, etc., etc., etc. if you're not talking about the family. Talking about healing the family. Because no family, no nation. It's just that simple. Got a quick little, couple pointers I want to, took a little notes or whatever over the week, whatever. And just want to go down point for point. Share my views on it. Share the Queen's views on it. And hopefully, it sinks in. Something, like I said, it's something that we've all experienced. So, with that being said, like I said, we're talking the restoration of the black family, right? Restoration of the black family. Where do I want to start? Okay, I'm going to just ask you. 2015, right? Mm-hmm. What do you see when you think about the black family? What's the first thing that comes to mind when if somebody just yells out black family? What comes to mind?
To be honest, I really can't say what comes to mind because it's two different things,
Say whatever it is.
When you say the black family, are we talking about like today's black family or like...
What comes to mind?
Alright. When I think of the black family, I think of, the man, the woman, and the child. That's what, we all want. That's what we all look for. But now let's get into reality. That's not what's there. You got the mother and the child. Sometimes the father's there. Sometimes he's not. Sometimes, the father is locked up or child support. All types of stuff. But what it should be is the man, the mother, and the child.
Okay. Speaking of the children, right? Speaking of the children, I find this is very, especially when I was growing up as a kid, whatever, I saw this coming up. There's two different worlds dealing with the kids. Like if you go to the playground right now, you're gonna see two different types, two different dynamics of children, whatever, right? Dealing with the black family, whatever. Nonetheless, it's a broken unit. Let's be clear. The black family today is a broken unit, and we're going to discuss exactly what I mean by that. Point number one, with the children. It's two different dynamics, just like I said a minute ago, right? You got the child that comes from, I guess you could say you come from the complete unit, mother and father, right? Maybe having some other siblings in the household too, right? That's that one dynamic. Then you have the other dynamic, which is the majority, nonetheless, the broken family. Mm-hmm. Whether it's the child with the mother or the child with the father, this brother and sister over here, this brother and sister over there. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a scattered effect, two different worlds. Mm-hmm. And nonetheless, when those two different children interact with one another, they treat each other totally different, like they're from two different worlds, if you will. The child that comes from the complete family, they're looked up as better than the snobbish children, if you will. The ones from the broken family, these are supposed to be your baby gangsters and thugs and this, that, and the third. It's stereotypes, right? So what am I really trying to say? I'm gonna jump down to another. I'm gonna infuse that with a later point. I know I'm supposed to put it on my notes to put it later, but I'm gonna just fuse it right now. That goes with the whole neighborhood thing or whatever, right? The whole where you come from, your geographical area, whatever. In my personal opinion, your geographical location, your neighborhood, nonetheless, shouldn't dictate the family structure. For example, just because you happen to live in your apartment complex or you live in a projects or whatever, that doesn't mean that your household has to be a broken household. You feel what I'm saying? Or on the flip side, just because you happen to live in a decent, nice, neighborhood or whatever, houses and that and third, that don't necessarily mean that behind the walls is squeaky clean. You feel what I'm saying? You can have a shaky foundation within that household as well. You feel me? Like, what do you think about that?
Well, going back to the different dynamics of the families, it's funny because nowadays you talk to kids and families or whatever. When you when kids are talking and say that, oh, I live with both my parents, it's like a shocker. Like,
facts, yeah.
It's like, what? You live with both families?
Like it's not supposed to happen that
way. like that's abnormal, and it's sad that it got so normal that kids is only with one parent. It's sad that the simple fact that kids is like shocked when somebody says they live with both mother and father.
I used to get that. I ain't gonna front. I used to get that all the time when I was growing up. Matter of fact, me and my homeboy style. Because matter of fact, me and my homeboy style, we was pretty much the only ones within our clique that you be hung out with. You know what I'm saying? That came from that complete unit, whatever. Everybody else is, you know what I'm saying? The typical broken family, whatever. So we was the outcast, if you will.
Well, back in the days, back in the days growing up, I'm not that old. 80s, 90s, baby. Our parents, even just being co-parents, they learn how to make it work. It was some single parents out there, but the rate wasn't as high as it is now. It's like now, a woman could get pregnant right now today, and she's already got her line set up like, all right, I'm going to DSS on this day, and let me get the child support papers already. Before you even got the baby's name or what the sex of the baby is, you already got plans talking about where you about to go. Child support. Like back in the days,
I got something for that a little later.
Back in the days, the parents used to make it work. Not saying that they stayed together, but they was co-parents.
They was both in the child's life. Right?
Exactly. There's no reason why you got two parents and they can't get along for the child. It's just the generation has changed and it's totally different now. Like I said, people, they're having babies and they not making it work. They just all for self right now. And me, I think it's sad because you're not thinking about the kids. So it's so many single parents. So when they run into a kid that got a mother and father, they're looking at you like you aliens. Like, come on, family.
Watch this. Propaganda. You know that's always involved. Let's talk about shows like Teen Mom, 16 and Pregnant, and even Your Love and Hip Hops and This Housewives and This Housewife. You know what I'm saying? Follow me if you will. When I say the topic of propaganda within this realm of the negatives of the black family as far as to restoring the black family, what are the images being portrayed as? What's really being shown on TV? You're seeing nothing but broken households. Period, point blank. That is what you're going to see. From Teen Mom, from the MTVs, to the, like I said, to This Housewife and That Housewife. You're seeing, even if you do happen to see a quote-unquote couple they're always in some sort of battle with one another. They're always in some sort of struggle with one another. They're never in no real, you know what I'm saying, in a state of working out, being productive. They're always combating one another. So again, that message being received by the person that's watching the television, well, when I get into a relationship, all we got to do is fight. This is what I see.
Well, with those TV shows, you know, propaganda is a bitch. Like, if you look at Teen Mom and 16 to Pregnant, you have these 16-year-old girls. They're pregnant, and for some reason, somehow, their life just seems to work. I'm talking about 16-year-old girls they're pregnant, but the next year, once they have the baby, they moving into a house. Not an apartment, not a studio apartment, not a room. A house. No mommy and daddy is there. A house. You know, they make it look easy. All these TV shows make it look easy. Having a baby is easy.
But when you a trick, man.
But when you talk to actual real parents who knows the struggle, they will tell you it's not easy. So those shows is just they say that, you know, they're trying to stop teen pregnancy, but
it's promoting it.
It's promoting it, exactly. It's promoting it. It's telling you, listen, you can be 16 and pregnant.
It's all good. It's all good.
Your life is straight. You know, all these girls end up graduating, getting great jobs, and the babies is fine. And like I said, they 16 with their own house. They 16 with a brand new car. Not a used Saturn or nothing like that. I'm talking about if the year is 2015, they got a 2016 car. Now you tell me what 16-year-old is pregnant and get rewarded with a car and a house. Like, come on, let's be honest. Let's be serious. That shit ain't happening.
But we fall for it.
So, you know, our kids is watching these shows like, well, they did it. I sure can. And it's terrible because it's not teaching our kids to not want to, you know, wait until you're old enough and responsible. It's telling you, listen, at 16, you can get pregnant and you can have it made. Mm-hmm. You know, and yeah, they do show some of the mothers are single parents, but like I said, the TV show is still making it seem like, yo, they're living good. Mm-hmm. But when you talk to somebody in reality, they'll tell you, it's hard. It's hard. You know, and as we talking about, you know, supporting and child support, like, come on, mothers, stop putting these fathers on child support, especially the ones who want to be in their kids' lives. Like, y'all mad because y'all relationship didn't work out, and that's why y'all putting them on child support. Do you know how many people I hear on a daily? They just found out they're pregnant, and they already talking about, I'm putting him on child support. You know, I had a girl, she was with her baby father, and he was still on child support. Like, child support is not here to help y'all. It's here to break y'all, and y'all don't understand. Like, the minute that you put this person on child support, you signed your kids over. Now you got people all up in your house, want to know what you're doing, where the kids at, where the money going to, you know, so you got to make sure you're looking a little bummy, and the baby is looking, you know, they see where their money is going to. It's terrible. Come on, parents. Work it out. Work it out.
You just brought me to the next point. I was just going to talk about that. The whole child support system. All right. Since you want to go there, we're going to go there. The whole child support system, right? Let's just go back to, like you say, the mid-90s on up. All right? The mid-90s. First and foremost, let me just say this. Let me qualify this. The child support system, sisters, is not for your benefit. I know you think it's cool to get your little check on the first and the 15th, go get your nails done. That's not what the shit is for. They say it's for the children, but it's designed for something different. I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. Now, from the mid-90s on up, right, the shit has been booming. Just like you said a minute ago, the child system thing is booming. It's booming. It's like big business, if you will. Sisters, that thing is just the thing to do. But here's the thing, though. It's a three-step process with this whole child support shit. A three-step process. The first process, really and truly, is just to remove the man. Just like you said a minute ago. Me and you began to an issue. We start beefing, right? As adults, we got an issue, right? We already got the seed. We already got the child. Child ain't got nothing to do with the argument, but because me and you have an argument, now we're gonna basically use that child as ammunition at one another. That's number one. So now, because the man, right, in this system that we know as America, we already know the system is designed basically to is lean more to support, if you will, the sister to be divisive against her man. So the man can't really say shit in an argument, right? The minute he says something, boom, he's going to jail, etc., etc., etc. But even besides the jail, even the fact that he's even saying something about his child, either way, is going to have him removed from the household, period. So he has no say-so. It's his child, he can't have no say-so. That's how it's designed. That's how this whole shit is designed. He has no say-so. So the fact that, once again, they have an argument as adults, not having nothing to do with the child comes in as ammunition against one another. Now, one of two things happen. The man runs off or he's ran off. It's one of two things. Run off or he ran off. Right? So he's out the way. That's step one. Remove the man. Number two is going to have the woman, once the man is removed, it's going to have the woman basically depending on the state, depending on the system. Housing, the projects, food, clothes, the shelter, WIC cards, EBT. You feel what I'm saying? Etc., etc., etc. Healthcare, DSS, Medicaid, Medicare. Right? Those are the resources. Now, like you said a minute ago, when these suits and ties, they come knocking on that door, and they want to, saying got their clipboards out, making sure X, Y, Z is taken care of, and X, Y, Z is not taken care of, now they cutting back. They gonna start taking away your resources. That EBT is gone. That 1st and the 15th, gone. Right? Mind you, you still have a child. This is all still part of step 2. This is all still part of step 2. You still have a child to take care of. So now I'm taking away your resources of the woman. Remember, number 1, remove the man. Number 2, take away the woman's resources. Number 3 is to take away the child altogether. This is the whole thing about child support. Child support is taking your children, period. Because, 1, he's gone. Your resources are gone, the little that you had, so you can't sustain your child. Now the state says, I got him. Lil Reek is mine. Lil Ray Ray is mine. You feel what I'm saying? It's a setup. You think this shit is for you. You going out, so you going out, getting your little nails done, getting your little hair done or whatever. You getting it twisted, sweetheart. If you first and foremost, if you're gonna do this shit, and first of all, I'm not advocating anybody who knows that I'm not. Man up, woman up, stand up, take care of your goddamn children. Support your children. They're yours. You made them, handle it. But at the end of the day, if you want to go that route, by that route, then stay along those lines. If the man's coming in with that bread, use that bread to take care of the child. Or vice versa, because we got to flip it on the other hand too. You got some sisters that's on the child support because the man is doing anything, the sister's not doing nothing. So I'm saying? So the sisters, if you got to ante up that bread, fellas, use that bread for the right thing. Use it for resources for that children. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's a 3-step process. Remove the man, take away the woman's resources, the child is now a product of the state. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. So every time you think about trying to do that shit, you know what I'm saying? Think about that end result. You're thinking about yourself. Think about your child and whose hands you're putting your child in.
Well, I mean, when you say that, I mean, you gotta think about it now. Since you mentioned that, it's just like slavery, if you ask me. I know to some viewers who's gonna watch this, it's gonna be like, yo, she reaching. But hear me out.
It all goes in the hand, man.
It's slavery. And even in the Willie Lynch, letter, they said it. What are they gonna do? They're gonna destroy the man. So what? The woman and the child can what? Depend on them.
1, 2, and 3.
So you put the man on child support. You're dependent on, the white man to take care of you and the babies. Now, the minute that, situations get rough, you lose your job or whatever, or you may have gotten into like a little fist fight or something. Now the police are all up in your business. CPS is taking away your babies. Now what? You're homeless. And all this just for a little child support. Come on, man.
I'm gonna tell you the best way you're gonna leave all of that right there before I even move on to my next point. Communication. And first and foremost, you gotta have a foundation. If you're gonna have children, you should not be having children without a foundation. No foundation, no family structure. Real talk. You can't have a structure. You can't have a structure. If you will follow my metaphor, you can't have a structure. You can't have a building on a sinking foundation.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Your foundation has to be firm. The man and that woman have to know first and foremost exactly what their mission is. Are they gonna embark on something longevity wise, or are they just doing something for the one night stand? Don't get in. You know what I'm saying? Don't put yourself in the longevity lane if you think in one night standish. You feel what I'm saying? Your mind and your actions have to coexist as one. You dig? So with that being said, if you're going to put yourself in the longevity lane, play by the rules. Make sure that you, yourself, your family, and those that depend on you are taken care of on all lanes. You already know the best ones, food, clothing, shelter. If we're not taking care of each other on those lanes, we bullshitting. Period. So, you got to have communication.
Yep.
You got to have communication. I did a video just on the channel the other day. Check that out. Communication with the fam. You got to have communication. You got to have a simple, mutual viewpoint. What do we want to do? What do we want to see ourselves doing?
Right. I mean, you gotta have a plan. You know, you meet somebody for the first time. You know, women and men, y'all know exactly what y'all want out of each other. You know, say for instance, you at a club, you already looking at this person, talking about, yo, I want to make you mine.
With the googly eye.
Right? So, if it's just a sex thing, protect yourself.
Wrap it up.
So you don't have to worry about babies and diseases.
Word.
But if you're with somebody in a relationship, you already know the person.
There's no, put it this way. You in it to win it. Ain't no backing down. Period.
You know, it's like you already know the person. So you know whether or not this is the type of person you want to be the father or mother of your kids.
You gotta know your partner. That's another way to alleviate this. You gotta know your partner. You gotta know who you're dealing with. You gotta know who you're dealing with.
Right.
Watch this. Excuse me. I don't mean to backtrack and bounce around or whatever, but I want to go back and deal with the children with a little bit. Even though we just got finished dealing with the kids as far as CPS, whatever, but as far as the treatment amongst one another in the neighborhood. Watch this. Growing up, right? Because me and you from the same era, whatever, 80s babies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember when we was going outside, right? And there was always that one or that two elders in the house, whatever, that would just sit and watch the block, make sure all the kids was cool and this, that, and the third, right?
Mm-hmm.
If somebody needed to use the phone or whatever, you can go to their house, whatever. You want to get a glass of water, whatever, you can go to their house. You know what that was called? Not necessarily, it wasn't really called nothing, but it was just a simple mutual respect. It was a mutual bond amongst parents. The parents of the neighborhood, whoever lived on that block, the parents of the neighborhood, they knew one another. They knew the kids. All the kids respected the kids of the parents of that block. They was all like second families, if you will.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? You can go to that person's house anytime. They can come to your crib anytime. It was your second family. So nonetheless, what I'm saying is there was a mutual sense of looking out for one another as kids and as parents on the block.
Well, I mean,
we don't got that these days.
But I blame that on the parents because the parents are so into their selves that, you know, they don't care who their child is interacting with. You know,
my mother wanted to know everybody.
Exactly. My mother wanted to know your mother, your mother's mother,
her phone number,
you know,
where she work at.
Exactly. Like my mother wanted everything. And I must say, it used to drive me crazy, but now
I understand
and I appreciate it because I'm going to be the same way with my kids. When I have kids, best believe I want to know who my kids are around, who their parents is, and we're going to turn into best friends.
But you know what that is, though? It's got a proverb for that, though. That's an old African proverb. It takes a village to raise a child.
That's true.
That's all it is. It's a village aspect.
But what's wrong now is that the parents don't care. You know, it breaks my heart when I ran into a child. It's 10 o'clock at night at the youth center.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm asking the little boy, is your mother okay with you coming home this late? And it broke my heart when he said, my mother don't care.
She really don't even
My
care
mother
about
don't care what time I come home or where I'm at. And the little boy had to be no older than, I say, 10 years old. And it's like, come on, parents. Like, the parents is too busy trying to do them. Trying to turn up. You know, they don't want to get to know these kids. They don't want to get to know these kids' parents. Like, take it back to old school. Seriously. My mother knew everybody. I used to hang out with somebody down the block. My parents knew their parents and their grandparents. Mm-hmm. You know,
everybody knew everybody.
And it was we was able to trust each other. You know, now it's like these parents don't care. Just, okay, you got food in your stomach. All right, just leave me alone. Bye. You know. Here, go watch some TV, leave me alone. And that's another thing. Stop putting your kids in front of the TV all day.
That's who's raising them. That's who's raising them.
It irks my nerves.
That's who's raising your babies, the damn TV.
Little kids not knowing half of the things that we used to play. Like, my little nieces don't know how to jump double dutch. And when you mention double dutch to kids that's like 5 years old, they're looking at you like you're stupid. Like, what's double dutch? And I'm like, oh, come on. When I was growing up, the parents used to try to battle the little kids. Let me show you something, youngster. Let me show you something. I still got it. And the parents need to get back into that. Even if it's just something as playing red light, green light with your kids. You know, ain't nobody say that you gotta sit here and run up and down the streets with them and, you know, be on their level. But come on.
You know what that shows,
Your kids will love just you spending time with them and doing little things. My nieces, I'm in everything with them. Let any of them little Just Dance songs come on, I can show y'all the video better than they can. Because I spend so much time with my nieces that I be in the middle of the store or at work and I hear a song and I'm doing like little video game dances. I spend so much time with these kids.
That's what it's about, though. It's about spending time. Watch this. All these drinks, they all tie in together. This is crazy that you said all that stuff, right? Boom. Spending time is the thing, because you instill a sense of morality. You instill in values. You feel what I'm saying? You can have that real bonding session with them versus spoiling them all the damn time, spending money all the damn time. You know what I'm saying? Buying the latest shoes, the latest jeans, this, that, and the third. You really think these babies really know what that shit mean? No. All they know is my mom or my daddy bought the shit, so I'm wearing it to school.
Right.
But
they can't even tell you what they got on their, they can tell you that these are Jordans. And if really you told them, they're like, okay.
It's sneakers to me.
Who the hell is Michael Jordan, first of all?
But what matters the most is when you hear that baby say, yo, I remember when me and my mom, or I remember when me and my dad was, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Those are values. Those are momentous times that they, you know what I'm saying, that will always be there. Whether the sneaker will just be destroyed tomorrow, a little scuffy tomorrow, that memory, that value, that morality is always going to be there. That's what's most important. That one needs to be installed back in these babies.
But I remember, and this was years ago, I remember sitting in my room playing video games, and my father used to come take a seat right next to me and just be going in with me all day. All day.
But you know what that shows, though? I'm trying to say this a minute ago. That shows that nonetheless, we can have fun. But it shows I'm still a parent at the same time. So it's that mutual balance, whatever, versus, like you said a minute ago, trying to turn up with your kids all the damn time. Because nonetheless, you always trying to turn up, that you're really showing yourself how immature yourself as a parent. Because you're trying to put yourself in competition with your child, trying to keep up with your child. No, your child should be trying to keep up with you. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta twist it. You trying to keep up with your child. I see grandmothers these days running around with the leggings and the latest, no, mommy, no.
Grandmother got leggings, high heels, blue highlights in their hair, looking all fucking crazy.
No.
Excuse my language. I'm sorry, but that pissed me off.
Oh, you got the old head brothers. They got their hair hanging on by a thread, but they somehow managed to get cornrows, right? They sagging, but they damn Depends is showing. Like, come on, Pop, stop it. Stop it. Why you trying? Like I said, you got to twist it. like I said, be in these babies' lives, but don't be one of the babies and you the grown ass adult. That's
be a role model. You know,
give them something to look forward to and not look
exactly.
backwards from.
We're looking up to y'all, and you know, when I have kids, I want my kids to look up to me and be like, "Yo, my mom, she's a shit." You know, I have fun with my mother, but my mother is my mother.
She don't
you know,
take no shit.
Everybody knows me. To those who don't know, I'm a party promoter. I go to clubs. Yes, I do all of that. It bothers me when I see parents in the club with their kids. You know, some people like that. I just don't think it's cool. Like, come on.
You can't help them with their homework, but you can help them pick up their outfits. Though.
You know, like y'all turning up together. Like, come on. And then you got, what was this thing? I read an article. The mother is pregnant and the daughter's pregnant.
Yeah.
And they had a baby just days apart. So it's like, really? And it was sisters. So it's like, that's what we're proud of.
I remember that article.
I'm just saying.
I remember that article.
You know, that's what we're proud of. That's what we're doing today. Like, come on. What happened to Big Mama and Grandma? You know, it's crazy. It's
when
crazy.
We bring these elements back. We bring back the big mamas. We bring back the big papas. We bring back the strong mothers and the strong fathers. Even the strong siblings. That's the recreation of our family structure. Family. This is what we're trying to talk about. Everything that we listed, and there's plenty of things that we didn't list. But these are some of the things that I came to my mind or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? But nonetheless, these are the negatives. We know the negatives already. We're not gonna bitch and moan about the negatives. We know that already. But how do we rectify it? We gotta come back as Voltron, man.
Yeah.
We gotta be able to fight things out. Just as much as we fight each other, how about we stop fighting each other, put back to back, and fight everything else, man?
Like,
real talk.
You know, while what I'm thinking about, growing up back in our days, when our parents got pregnant, they took their responsibility serious.
Yeah.
You know, like playtime was done.
It was over.
Now it's like,
you still want to have fun.
I'm pregnant, but I'm still gonna turn up. Like, I had somebody, you know, just had a baby, and 2 weeks later is in the club. Yeah, you got your body figure back, but who's watching your baby?
You ain't even healed yet.
You know, like, come on. Yeah. I'm not saying you can't go out. I'm not saying you can't do that. Yes, you gotta have a life of your own. But
you gotta have priorities though, too.
But there should be no reason why every Friday and Saturday, well, basically Thursday night to Sunday night, your kids is with grandma
or whoever could watch
or whoever, so you could turn up. Like, I ain't gonna front. And one thing, my sister used to say all the time, when my sister used to go out for like maybe a couple hours, she texted me, talking about, oh, I miss my baby. Oh, I miss my baby. And you know what? Shout out to my sister for that, because that's how it's supposed to be. You know, you can't be no longer than a day away from your kid without missing your kid. Like, some parents could just go days without calling, without anything.
Y'all can't wait till the weekend just to get away from your kids.
You know, and that's another thing.
From Monday, y'all already planning from Monday. Y'all counting down. I can't wait. I can't wait. Wednesday, can't wait. Thursday, one more day. Friday, dropping your little ass off.
Word.
Peace out. Turn up. Turn up. Turn up. You know, pick them up Sunday afternoon. All right, let me get your little ass ready for school again.
Like, on my Facebook, I see so many people talking about, oh, the kids going about to turn up. The kids going about to turn up. I don't see, oh, the kids going, I'm missing my babies right now. I could be, you know, playing Ring Around the Rosie or something like that. Like, none of that. Nope. Just drop the kids off, turn up for the weekend. Turn up. Me and my girl about to turn up. Baby at grandma's house about to turn up. And it's like, what about your kids? I'm not saying that you can't turn up, but I am saying put your kids first.
Prioritize.
You know, when we was growing up, our parents took parenting serious.
Serious.
You know, there wasn't no, I'm about to drop you off and all that other stuff. And sorry to go back, ladies, being a single parent is not easy, especially with a newborn. Try to keep the man in your life, because I know somebody at my job just had a baby, and every day she comes complaining, oh, I didn't get no sleep, I couldn't get no sleep, the baby crying, the baby cried all day, cried all night. Yeah, maybe if, you had that father there, while you could get a little sleep while he stay up with the baby. And vice versa. Y'all take turns.
Balance each other out.
But when you put this man on child support, you basically kicking him out of his child's life. So now everything is put on you. The stuff that, this is stuff that the white man is not doing for you. They're not staying up with you all night to take care of your kids. The money part is there, yes. That's there. The WIC is there. But what about when you gotta go to school or you gotta go to work? You gotta be at work at 7 o'clock, but the baby been crying up to 5 o'clock. You only got a half an hour to sleep. Y'all don't think about that. Y'all just think about, child support. I'm telling you now, when I have kids, me and this man already talked about what we gonna do.
Solid. He
working overnights. All right, I have the baby. When he come home, I'm gonna get my rest. Then it's a balance. Like, the man needs the woman and the woman needs the man. We cannot do it on our own. Yeah, we have done it on our own.
No, I mean, it's right.
But it's not easy.
Fellas, real quick. You should know what I'm about to say already. The defense of the nation rests within the men. So in other words, stand your black ass up. They done did enough. You feel me? They done did enough work, fellas, for this time and the next lifetime. So what am I saying? Stand your ass up, man. Be that defense. Be that vanguard for your family, man. Give your children something to be proud of when they see you. Be on post. Be on your guard. Be on your job, nonetheless, man. Nonetheless. Because if you do that, this is the part where I start to rectify everything. Fellas, by you being on post, right? You giving your woman the sense of, I can respect this man again. And when she starts to respect you, she'll genuinely start to love your ass again. Remember, like I always say, black love is a care for the black nation, so let's get it, right? Watch this. She loves you, right? You're motivated to continue being on post, to go harder at being a provider and being a protector and this, that, and the third. Because you're motivated now. You're like, okay, yeah, she feels me now. Okay, bet. Now I'm out there. This is how it goes, fellas. Pay attention. Sisters, the might of the nation rests within the women. Like how I said, you got to motivate him, right? You got to give yourself, first and foremost, present yourself to yourself as something that's worthy of yourself. Let me say it like that, right? Present yourself to him in a way that you want to be received of yourself. If you don't like it, how the hell he gonna like it? Give him something that's gonna want him to defend you. Make him defend you. You figured on me? You gotta be on point as a sister. The world follows you. The world follows y'all. What you move, good or bad, the world follows you. So this is where, like I said, what you portray, he defends. Your children depend on that union right then and there. This is where the legacy comes from. The legacy of the nation rests within the youth. The legacy is nothing more than a byproduct of the might and its defense. They gotta be on a balanced path, man. That's how you rectify all of this shit. That's how you bring back the unification of the black family. And nothing, once again, you can't talk nationhood without talking the family structure. It just goes that simple. You cannot talk nationhood and not talk family structure. The family, one family unit is basically the atom within a universe of a nation. You got to be able to multiply that atom. You got to multiply that spark. One family gets it right, they got to link up with another family, help heal them. They get it right, they got to link up with other families that's broken, help heal them. And so on and so on and so on and so on. Friend, you get your block. After you get your block, then you get your neighborhood. Once you get your neighborhood, then you get the county. Once you get the county, city, state, etc., 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 then you got the whole goddamn country. Mm-hmm. Black love is the cure for the black nation, goddammit, so let's get it. At the end of the day, if you've been paying attention, the majority of the speech that we was talking about surrounds the children. That's the key factor. If you're not gonna do this for yourself, because most of y'all don't want to do that, and I understand that. But you gotta bang this shit for these babies, nonetheless. Bang for the babies if you ain't gonna do it for yourself, because nonetheless, they are gonna be the ones that carry on once you gone. Mm-hmm. So you better raise these pups up right. You better raise these pups up. You better protect them while they're young now, because once they get full grown, they gonna might turn around and bite your ass. And that's real talk. And that's why we also need to have more communication, more conversations between the elders and the youth. That's another big factor with healing the black family. The youth don't respect the elders. The elders don't want nothing to do with the youth. There's no communication. There's no love. There's no embrace. So there's turmoil, strife, chaos. We gotta eradicate those last three: turmoil, strife, and chaos. We gotta eradicate that. Youth, talk to your elders. Elders, talk to your youth. The wisdom comes from the elders. The energy comes from the youth. That's how you fight. That's strategic warfare. That's village warfare, nonetheless. That's village warfare. Real talk. The elders, they give you the strategy. They give you wisdom. This how you do it, youngin'. Alright, got you, elder. This how we do it. Boom, bam. I'm on it. And they go out and bang. That's how we win this fight, family. Black love is a cure for the black nation, so let's get it. I think we done touched it.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, only thing I can say is, family, let's try to come together. You know, ladies, we are strong by ourselves, but we are even stronger with our men. You know, and don't think that child support is the easy way out, because it's not. You know, by far, it's one of the hardest things, because when a child gets a little bit older and, you know, they're understanding life a little bit more, they start questioning, where's my father? And if the child grows up to finally want to meet the father without you, and the father's like, I tried to get into your life, but your mother wouldn't let me because of this, that, and third, they are going to resent you for the rest of your life.
And I've seen that countless times.
And you just might be by yourself forever because of that one mistake. If a man wants to genuinely take care of his kids, let him. It's not all about money, you know. And that's what this new generation is so stuck on, is money. It's not all about money. You know, do they need money? Yes. You know, do we all need money? Yes. But
what are we using it for, though?
But think about it. Would you rather have a constant support? You know, I don't want to call, you know, the man a babysitter, but you have a guaranteed somebody to watch your child. You know,
that you know, trust, confide.
Exactly. You're not sending them to
the next person.
To some babysitter who could possibly be touching your baby or hitting your baby, or, you know, going to a daggone daycare and, you know, receiving garbage at daycares and stuff like that. You know how many times I done been to daycares and the kids are just sitting here watching BET.
The TV's raising your kids.
You know,
I keep telling you that.
Even in the daycares, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying daycare is bad, you know, but me personally, when I have kids, if I can avoid daycare, I will. Because, like I said, it's been a lot of times I come to daycares,
kids be looking toe up.
The kids is just sitting watching BET. or sitting just watching TV in
general.
general.
The counselor
You know,
texting somewhere.
Exactly. Either they sitting here just watching TV, or the counselor sitting here watching BET or on their phone, not interacting with the kids, not doing nothing with the kids. You know.
Heal the hood, family.
You know, like, seriously. I'd rather have my husband here taking care of the kids while I'm at work, and then we switch off, rather than me worrying about what my kids doing. You know, are they being looked at appropriately? Like,
but nonetheless, what it shows to the child, and the child recognizes and embraces, is that my parents are there.
Right.
And nonetheless, that's how you heal the hood, family. Like I said, I think we done said enough, man. I think we done said enough. Heal the hood. Heal the hood. Only the hood can heal the hood. Black man, take your post. Black woman, be there for that support. Black child will be the byproduct of that union. Like I always say, family, black love is a care for the black nation, so let's get it. It's not that hard. Very simple math. Till the next one, keep it locked right here. It's RNM RBG TV. It's your brother in Google, now you see RNM. The Queen Lady T Tower. Always ride shotgun. You already know. Keep it locked right here to the next one. Uncle Job Seneb, Hutuapo, and Black Power.